Dale drove out the driveway today for the start of his final 3-day scheduled trip. He will have a final flight, kind of a ceremonial final flight, next week on the 22nd. But yeah, he left today, packed his lunch, packed his uniform, packed his gear bag, and left for his final 3-day trip. So it's a big deal. We were just at Little Jim's. I shared with the main bartender that tomorrow is Dale's last regular trip and that he's a veteran. And so he rang the bell and he made the announcement, and people responded in such a sweet way. It's good.
Hey guys, real quick everybody, we get a round of applause for Dale Johnston over here. 34 years flying the skies. He's retiring tomorrow. He's also a veteran. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane. Buddy. So now we're going to go sailing.
I think he figured it out. He's flown more than 21,000 hours, and he's transported more than 1 million passengers safely to their destination. So it's something to really be proud of, and I am proud of him. I'm so proud of him.
Good morning, beautiful.
I'm sure you got all your goodies, huh?
Oh, yes, ma'am. 3 different sets of glasses.
Sunglasses, flying glasses.
all the stuff the old men need.
Feel like an old man?
No, I don't. But government's telling me that I'm an old man.
Did you just fart?
I did.
You are an old man.
Come on, young men fart too.
Oh, they do. They do, you're right. But I guess old men don't care that they do it on camera.
They don't care. I'm boring. I admit it. Pretty much the process is always the same. Get up, put on this, pack that, and the lunch gets packed, then coffee and
Milk frothing, the best part. Surprisingly, I'm not up to see all this often because 3 a.m. is usually the get up time.
final 3-day trip. Wow. How's that possible?
Do you think your passengers will know?
I'll tell them today.
Yeah, you should. People like to know that.
Yeah, I'll tell them. Usually it goes something like, get in, sit down, shut up, and hang on.
You've never said that, not once. Not once. I guess what I hope for you is that today you're in the moment. You're mindful of these are your last few times.
You're right. I expect this day to be, and this 3-day trip to be, it'll be special because it's the last one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But in the other side of the coin is going to be normal. Did you do that?
I did. I did. One of the important things about the closing of a chapter is feeling like you worked hard and well till the end.
Yeah.
And that you finished well.
Yeah.
And I know that's important to you.
It is very important to me. I just think that, God gave Adam and Eve work to do. Work is not a punishment, it's a joy. I love doing what I do.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's joyful, it brings me satisfaction,
Even when you have crappy passengers on board?
Even when we have crappy passengers on board. It's cool. Love you.
Kiss me. kissed me right on time.
Right on time. Would you look at
Oh
that?
my gosh.
I love you.
I love you too. You still smell good from last night.
You know what that led to. Love you.
Love you. Fly pretty now.
I'll fly pretty.
Okay. Bye. Well, take two. Going to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, cool. I'm expecting like take 20 or take 30, but take
No,
2 is
you're
good.
not. No, you're not.
Okay, let me back up. Let's say I'm prepared for take 20 if necessary.
If necessary. We are going to look at a 2021 Leopard 45. On paper, looks, features-wise, everything about the boat looks very much like the boat that we made an offer on last week that was declined. We've learned some information about this boat, though, that we're going to have to consider. What did we learn about this boat?
We learned that last time it was coming back from the Bahamas, and I'm not exactly sure when that was. I think it was this last summer or early last spring. They hit a submerged shipping container. At least that's the information. And ripped off a keel and both rudders. We understand that it has been repaired by certified technicians, but we don't know exactly what other damage was done. So that's part of what we're looking at today. And, was the repair done? Do they have documentation? How is there any kind of guarantee with it? Any kind of certification with it? So that's what we know about this one.
So Chris hopefully has gotten some of that information for us or can answer some of those questions. If there's any major problems, we could discover that in the survey. And I'm hoping that with that knowledge, the surveyor would specifically look at maybe areas of the boat that would be worrisome after an accident like that. So, yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm wanting to see a nice boat today.
This one does not have a dive compressor. It does not have a back grill, but those are minor things. Maybe the dive compressor is not a minor thing, but it also doesn't have any of the racks that are designed for dive tanks. So there are some minor things we'd have to consider.
Yeah, and I would say those racks for dive tanks aren't necessarily standard on every boat. I mean, that's definitely an add-on thing.
Yes, it's an add-on for sure.
And almost everybody that we're on calls with who has the built-in grill on the back of their boat says throw it in the ocean and just get a Weber grill. They do so much better. So maybe even not having a grill is not a big issue. But here's what I know that it does have. It has a forward galley. It has a front door. It has flybridge seating. And those are all things that I really, really love about this boat. This is a test video to see if both microphones pick up audio while we're recording a video.
This is a test video to see if both audios record some kind of video.
Or whatever we mean.
Yeah, one of those things.
So we can sing a beautiful duet.
La, 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 la. Okay. Now.
I'm here in the cockpit seating of this Leopard 45. It's looking in good shape. There's actually a few things that look not quite as clean as the other one we saw. But I don't know that that's a big deal.
Because if it hit the sail drive and bent the sail drive, you could easily destroy all of that.
Yep. So we'll have to get a see if we can get a report on exactly what was what wasn't. And everything communicates with that. That's just your screen to be able to see. Right. That's all.
So where? Obviously, there's room back there. How do you?
I'm trying to figure out why I'm not jumping up and down excited. It's not the boat. I think I was so hopeful and excited about the other boat that I don't want to be disappointed. So I'm feeling cautious, but I am feeling like we ought to make an offer on this boat. And go through the process. I mean, an offer is an offer. There's a lot to be done to make sure that it's the boat we want with the sea trial and the survey. But it's new. It's a newer boat, so the lines are good, the sails are good. Maybe we would add a few things, but yeah, I think we should write an offer.
What do you think, Dan?
I think it's good. I mean, the other one was so perfect as far as clean and shiny, but I don't see anything that a little touch-up cleaning couldn't take care of. And
little steps, like you look at this fridge here, it's not mounted in right, and that's just a matter of putting that screw in. That's a
okay.
10-minute project. And that's okay. All right. That's why I was trying to figure out which way it actually went. And that makes sense because if the latch, the thing is actually pulling out, snugging itself up, you could have a problem of hot water intrusion. Did you open all the cabinets and everything?
I did.
Did you find any big wads of cash?
No, sadly. Is this a camera here?
He's probably been listening to us the whole time.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Is that a camera?
No, it's a motion sensor. Yeah, it's a motion sensor.
Okay.
So what he's probably got is like these lights back here.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they tie to that, and if you flip a switch in the middle of the night, if somebody gets on the back, it lights up. And that's a good way to do security on the boat when you're at anchor, because usually crime is crime of opportunity.
Yeah.
And as soon as a light lights up or an audible alarm, they just take off.
Yeah.
They're not. And I ran a lot of boats up and down from Miami down to Key West and back.
Yeah.
Trouble in the Keys is getting to shore.
Mm-hmm.
You those like 3 or 4 spots that you can get ashore, and then you got to rent a car. I was always on the bay side because I had a trawler and I could get underneath all the bridges, and that's where all the protected anchorages are. And I could have gone over a lot more anchorages on the bay side, but I didn't because our clients all have sailboats with big masts.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of this boat?
I like it. There are some questions,
Yep.
but Chris and I have got a list of questions, and we get good answers.
So is there any reason we can't make an offer on this boat today?
That's a good question. Do we make an offer before we see the survey results from the last survey results?
So what I would go ahead and do is let's get an agreement,
Okay.
and then before we actually schedule a survey, get those answers.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't cost us anything to put an offer in,
Right.
get it secured for a day or two, and then if we get a bad answer we don't like, we just kill the contract right there.
Okay.
You're not having it.
Okay. Well,
At
then.
least you didn't lose it in 36 hours.
Right.
Because
Right. And with that answer, yes, there's no reason we can't figure out what kind of offer we're going to make.
half. Always start at half.
Okay, so
I'm
was
just
that?
kidding.
Is that 200,000? Okay, so
We made an offer.
All right,
We
cool.
signed the offer. We submitted the offer. Now we just have to wait until no later than Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and then we'll know. So, fingers crossed.
bonus.
I consider myself a pretty patient person, but I am feeling a little anxious today because I'm awaiting a response from an offer that we made on a boat on Monday. We went down to Fort Lauderdale, looked at another boat, and we made an offer. And we are supposed to find out by 5 o'clock today whether or not that offer was countered or accepted or declined. So we're waiting for that. It's 2 o'clock and I'm still waiting. 3 more hours to wait, I guess. So stay tuned next time to find out what happened. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.